First time you got on Justify, what did you think?
Wow.
In a word? Wow.
Three letters. Wow. He just, I mean, as pretty as he looks, you can imagine getting on top of him as well. Just magnifies it times 10.
I mean, you rode Arrogant. You've ridden so many top horses. Put him in perspective and what he's done in 3 races.
Well, he certainly has what they have. You know, they have that it factor, and no one really knows what the it is. But it's just balance, it's athleticism, it's a mind to go with it. It's just you know, they respond to you very well. They you know, everything you ask them to do, they seem to do. They don't seem to have a mind of their own. They seem to listen. And then underneath is just an engine that just doesn't stop.
How big an assignment is it, though, for a horse that's only raced 3 times and never been challenged?
Huge.
To go in the Kentucky Derby, 20 horses.
Yeah, it's a big assignment. It's asking a lot of him, but if a horse can do it, it would be a horse of this kind, a horse with this kind of talent, a mind that goes with it. I'm not too sure if he's run 10 more times, if he needs to get any better as far as mentally goes. I mean, he just takes everything in very well. He's eager to please. He's just a happy horse, and he gets hot just enough, you know, where you want a horse on their toes a little, but he don't seem to overheat. I mean, he's got a good head on his shoulders, so I'm not too sure any more races would do anything any different to him. He's a pretty intelligent horse.
Can you also talk about Bob's preparation with him? Like in the workouts, he sets it up with stablemates.
Well, that's a feat in itself. I mean, you should go back and you imagine getting a horse out for 3 races ready for the Kentucky Derby. It's impossible for this man to do what he's done and get him here. Just goes to show what an unbelievable horseman he is.
Do you think there is anything to the fact that only one horse has won the Derby without racing it 2, and that was back in 1882? For most horses, would you think that that's sort of a deal breaker? Well, he might be the exception.
I think you'll start seeing it. You know, hopefully you'll see it this year. But if not this year, and even if it happens this year, I think you'll see it more often. We're not running them near as much as we used to going into the Derby. I mean, horses back in the older days used to probably have already run. I mean, 7 times didn't seem to be enough, you know, back then. Where now horses are going into the Derby a lot more lightly raced. You know, people space them out and plan them out a little different than they used to do. So you'll see horses without running it 2 win the Derby more than hopefully this year.
Do we have any idea what kind of his best style might be? Because he's been either on the lead or right up there, but it could be he just was the best athlete out there.
Exactly. And now is probably not the time to change it. So I think we'll see him change as he gets a little older, I'm sure. He's, like I said, he's got such a great mind that if somebody was to absolutely go crazy, I mean, he settles off of them very well. But if they don't, he's naturally quick enough to be on the lead or right off of it anyway.
Can you talk about the race setup? I'm thinking that on paper you had to really love post 7. In fact, there is some speed inside you.
Speed's inside of me. The main speed of Del Roman's, I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Promises Fulfilled.
Promises Fulfilled, and the 3-hole could be the speed. But if he's not, we probably could be. You know, in saying all that, you know, you pray that you get a good break, you jump well, and get him into that big old beautiful stride of his, and then let him be who he is, and see if we're good enough.
Quite different scenario than 2005 when you won on a confirmed closer who was very experienced in Giacomo and was also 50-1 and not the 3-1 favorite.
Yeah, it's a whole lot different. I might have been, well, our connections anyway, might have been the only ones that thought we had a shot going in, because we actually really did. We thought that the race was going to set up for him, and which it did. All seemed like the main contenders that year all were neither lead type or right off the lead. It looked like it was going to be a very, you know, hot pace early on, which could set up for us. Where that was going to put us, we didn't know, but we knew he was going to run well, and lo and behold, man, he winds up running them down, you know.
Can you speak to the depth of this field when you have a horse like, well, the 2-year-old champion who won the Bluegrass, and he's the co-5th choice?
It's amazing. I think this Derby probably go down as one of the most competitive derbies that we've seen in a long time as far as horses with a chance. I mean, there's several in here there's several in here that are unbeaten. You know, so I mean, it's a tough race, and I think that you know, Ireland certainly come down. They're coming down with a horse that probably the best European horse I've seen, other than, you know, when the Rossi came in with all the hype, you know, way back when. But this horse is coming in. This horse really belongs, and he's a serious horse as well.
Mike, I did a